Me with assistance from the Community Broadcasting Foundation and heard from across Australia to around the world online.
You're listening to Z Games, where we bring you the best in gaming news, reviews, community, and culture.
Want to get in touch? Find us on social media or email us on air at zgamesau.net.
G'day, mateys.
G'day, g'day.
Welcome to Z Games. It is Wednesday, my dude.
No, don't.
It was a gentle.
I've done that in the studio before, and it was really not good for the equipment because we just... Oh, wait, we all did that, didn't we?
Yeah, we all did.
At
Yeah.
the same time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, like we screeched in the studio.
It already hurts my ears.
Yeah.
It should.
It was
Yeah.
bad.
Welcome to
It
Z
should.
Games, that's the feeling.
Welcome to Z Games. We hurt your ears. Hi, how you doing? My name is Millie. I'm here in studio with Jack,
Hello.
Kochie, and welcome back, Caitlin!
Thank you.
She's back. She's cured from the plague.
Back from Japan
Yeah.
and the dead.
Yeah, she
Thank
was-
you,
she was
Philippines
Walking Dead.
Airlines and antibiotics.
So, you can tell us a little smidge about your little trip to Japan.
Oh, really?
Only a little bit.
A little smidge.
Okay, it was really, really good, and we went to Disneyland, and it was so much fun, and we bought a lot of stuff, and we ate a lot of food, and we went to Asakusa and put on kimonos, and it was a really good time, and I had
Oh,
fun.
those kimonos!
Those
oh my
kimonos
god,
were amazing.
we saw them, and
That's
also,
cute,
how much
right?
did Kate need to goddamn floss?
Yeah, she was flossing everywhere.
Oh yeah, we
I
were
love
in
it.
Disneyland. Okay, this is my story that I'll tell because it is game related.
Okay,
So
do
we
it.
were in Disneyland, and in Disneyland you do have to wait in queues sometimes to get on the good rides, TM. And so we were in a queue waiting for a ride. I can't remember which one. Might have been Haunted Mansion. Doesn't matter. Anyway, this group of like Japanese schoolboys walks past, and Kate and Emma, my girlfriend and friend that we were over there with, were flossing violently, and the schoolboys saw them and were just like, the language that transcends boundaries.
And so,
And they started Fortnite dancing at us so hard. It was so funny. We were losing our minds.
Oh my goodness.
So there you
upsetting.
go.
So that's why it's
Fortnite
game
is
related. I
everywhere.
had a totally different image in my head. I thought you guys were like pulling out the dental floss and
Yeah.
like comparing.
yeah,
Okay,
Kate
cool.
always says the same thing.
Yeah, cool, awesome. Just me.
No, there was dancing.
Usually we start the show with news, but I'm still writing it, so that's going to come up a little bit later on.
Welcome to
So-
Z Games. We do it on the fly.
Oh,
We're doing it live.
I'm literally doing it live.
doing it live.
So in the meantime, everyone else can do their stuff. Caitlin,
Yes.
you've been wanting to talk about Blood and Wine for a literal month.
Yeah, literally a month.
Yeah. Let's
But
go.
it's- it's honestly probably good because it takes a bit to get through any part of The Witcher.
That's true.
Yes.
Let's bring in some mood music because we have some mood music.
Yeah,
We'll just bring it in a little bit.
Oh,
And we'll gently.
it's good. It's
make
very
a
medieval.
gentle
It is.
fade.
It's a full fantasy episode because we've got Dragon's Dogma.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've got Hellblade Senua Sacrifice, which is
Heck yeah.
fantasy-ish, and
It's
then
It's an
Fantasy-ish.
RPG.
I'm all about
open
it.
World. I'm so into this.
Yeah.
So, Witcher 3, I have been playing for a very long time, and when I got it, I actually got the Game of the Year edition. So it had the Hearts of Stone DLC, and it also had the Blood and Wine expansion. And I have been playing Hearts of Stone, and then I finally reached the minimum required level for Blood and Wine, which is level 35.
which is very high.
Yeah, if you play The Witcher, you know that getting to like different levels, it takes a long
Yeah.
time. That game is a grind and a half, which I don't mind, but when I finally got there, I was just like blown away, and I was like, I have to talk about this because it is freaking beautiful. Like, it's amazing. So basically, it's a whole new map. So you've got your set maps that are like Skellige and Novigrad and stuff in the main
story,
game.
yeah.
Yep. This is a whole new map. It's called the Duchy of Toussaint. So
Toussaint.
So fancy.
So it's like a Renaissance era Italian French inspired landscape. So it's beautiful. Like, it's green and lush, and the buildings are colourful. Everything's like bright colours. It feels like you're in a little like Italian vineyard in Tuscany in the Renaissance era. It is so beautiful, you guys. I can't even.
I just want to go on holiday now.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
I really can't put into words how pretty it is. Because it's a duchy, it's ruled by a duchess who is also really awesome, and her castle is lit. It's huge. She has this huge castle, and she has invited you there as Geralt the Witcher, who never does what I tell him to. And
I mean,
yeah, she basically wants you to help solve the murders of several of her knights that have been done by a mysterious creature. So that's the main storyline that runs through it. I admittedly have played a bit of the main storyline, but like the main Witcher game, there is just a slew of side quests and Witcher contracts, sort of varying from level 35 all the way up to level 49 is where I'm at the moment.
That's a decent
that's
amount.
pretty
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think I've been playing the expansion for, a while now, probably a couple of months, and I've leveled up. I'm like level 43, maybe. So
There's a lot of
got
more
up
to
a
do
bit,
then. That's,
yeah.
that's pretty cool.
But it's like a whole game in itself, and I know that when it came out, it was just like people were just in love with it. Reviewers were really positive about it and everything like that because it is so expansive and there's so much to it. Like it literally could be a standalone game.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So it's all very medieval Renaissance fantasy kind of feel. There's a lot of knights. Somebody's just like wailing on their flute.
It just went, yeah, like,
Is that a flute
it
solo?
just kind of amped up a little bit
Yeah.
and Millie just looked at the desk like, what are you doing?
It's haunted.
It's just like amped up in sound. I'm like, excuse me.
Currently medieval flute.
in the background.
The flute.
Like,
But yes,
oof,
there is a
calm
lot
down,
of
baby.
knights, a lot of tournaments with jousting and all that sort of good
Oh,
stuff.
I love it.
Noblemen and women and all that good things. And then there's like that dark undercurrent of Witcher stuff running through it. So there's some new monsters, like you know how you sort of have your generic monsters in the main Witcher stories. There's wolves and things everywhere.
Yeah.
There is panthers in Toussaint. And there's also giant plants, little
Fun.
Pet Shop of Horrors style
Nom, nom,
plants
nom,
that
nom.
shoot stuff at you, and giant centipedes as well, which are super fun.
Not so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, not so nice.
Lots of legs and terrifying.
And yeah, like I said, there's so much more to do. I've played so many hours and I'm just still only getting into that main storyline, which is really interesting, and it's kind of a little bit gothic, and it's centered around like cemeteries and vampires and all sorts of cool stuff. So yeah,
Doing
I
nothing
just
here. The flutist is just
the
like,
flute is doing all
I
the
need
work.
this.
But yes, so if you like the Witcher games at all, and if you've played Witcher 3 and you don't have this expansion,
And you have a lot of time to sink, I feel, as well.
Yeah.
Like a
If
week.
you
I'm
just
always
want to
ready for a
like
time sink.
relax and play this game, then just do it because it is so damn beautiful. Please go and look it up because it is just it's stunning. I love the main Witcher game, but I wish that the whole thing had been this like brightly coloured, beautiful fantasy world because it just it's good. It's good.
It's good.
Time.
Is
I'm
good.
into it.
Quality
Caitlin's
content.
review is good.
Is
Is
good.
good. We like.
good. Is good.
Let's just keep saying it is good.
Is good. So, what's the Witcher available on to play?
So I played on PS4. To my
Sick.
knowledge, it is available on pretty much
Xbox
everything.
One and PC as well.
Yeah, not Switch yet.
I wish it would be on... Oh, God. That game on Switch would be just
It'd be lit.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh God, it would be. But
Maybe
I'm
Geralt
ready.
would jump when you tell him to.
Is there a little bit of lag?
I'm not
on
The
bitter.
controlling
No,
issues.
he just, sometimes I want him to get in the boat and he won't.
He'll
Get in the
water
robot.
instead.
He doesn't want to go.
He dives or he
Oh, right.
does
Or-
something else that is not the button that I'm pressing. But that's fine. We still love him. He cross-dressed that one time and it redeemed him.
It's like that Final Fantasy cross-dress went down in history.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Mwah, love
so
it.
good.
Just cloud in a dress.
It was a scene, dude,
Bubba.
with like 4 like polygons because it was
Yeah.
a PS1.
Yeah, it's like a pink polygon.
remember.
real janky.
He's beautiful.
Almost as like detailed as Lara Croft's boobs in like on PS1.
Boing.
Yeah,
The,
can we
like,
go back
the
to pointy boob
pyramids.
days?
Yeah,
She
little
could kill someone
triangles.
just by running into the.
Stabbed. This kills the man. You are hanging out on Zed Games. That was the Tavern theme. Do you want to try and pronounce that name, Millie?
I'll give it a solid go.
Yes.
The Tavern Theme from Witcher 3 by Marcelin Pidlovovich.
Beautiful.
Oh, God,
Pidlovovich?
Pislovovich.
It's
Pislovovich.
Bilovich.
Pizzi
Ooh,
Vilovich.
Pizzi Vilovich.
It's a beautiful name, and I'm so sorry.
Polish.
There's a lot of
names.
umlauts in there.
There's a lot happening, yeah.
But I loved it. It was actually really good. It gave me that good medieval feel.
Even when the flute kind of flared up,
yeah,
and you're
the
like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, that flautist can what? Calm down, mate. Kochie, you've brought us a really dark review.
It's not that dark.
So dark.
It's dark now because I
Parts of it are
said
dark.
so.
Yeah, parts of it are dark because I literally can't see what's going on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Amen.
It's like Dark Souls, but darker. Am I playing something over this? I forgot.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, Koshman. Let's do this.
Cool.
Is it this one?
Yeah, it's that one. Yeah,
Okay.
and then you bring him down as well.
Of course.
Wonderful. Cool. All right. So cast your mind back to the weird and wonderful world of 2012. The Olympics were held in London. The Mayans said the world was ending. And a little game called Dragon's Dogma was released for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. A year later, the game was enhanced and released as Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. Extra dark.
Dark.
Extra dark.
Fast forward to 2019, and I got to see it on the Nintendo Switch and see if it could tackle this open world adventure from the last generation of video games. You play as an arisen warrior, a human whose heart's been eaten by a dragon, and now you're forever destined to face this dragon in an attempt to stop the apocalypse. Simple stuff, really. You and your merry band of 3 potentially different pawns who can come and go allow you to explore the world, create a party of sorts, and kill off the big bad.
The dragon who stole your
dragon.
heart.
Yeah, nameless.
What?
It's like daddy issues, but it's just a dragon that stole your
dragon
heart.
issues.
I'll be quiet. Keep going. I'm so confused
But
about the
mostly
dragon
this is like
heart
a
eating.
open world kind of experience. It's your typical kind of RPG. Barbarians, you've got rogues, archers, mages, healers, that kind of thing, and you kind of make your party together to kill the big bad. We were just talking about the open world before. It's third person, right, with your
Yeah.
combat?
Yeah.
So it's the same with with Dragon's Dogma as well.
Cool.
And they've enhanced it, but it's not as pretty. It's really not
No,
as
it's
pretty.
not.
Okay,
You can
it's
tell
from
that it was on.
2012.
Yeah.
You can really tell.
Yeah.
You can really tell.
It's allowed. It was
game has
made in
not aged.
2012.
And it's on the Switch. Yeah, like it's not that bad. Like in the docked mode, like it's fine.
Yeah.
And I was running it on a 55-inch TV, so it worked fine. There was no issues with it. But when you got it off into the portable mode, ooh,
So it like really softens
really?
up when you're in portable mode.
yeah, because it's open world. You're meant to see things like in the vast distance. You want to see a
so
mountain and
small,
climb it, and you're
yeah.
like, I can see 7 pixels,
Yep.
and I can barely see them because it's kind of dark.
That's why they lowered that draw distance.
They lowered that draw distance somewhat. So to add to that, you get into fights in portable mode. I was on the train playing it,
Love it.
and it just started to chug a little bit, enough to be noticeable when you're trying to move around really quickly. But I think that's just on the Switch version.
Yeah.
So it's on PS3. I think it's on it's Xbox 360. It's on PC.
It is.
Came out on PC in like 2016.
It's been out for
Okay.
quite a while, yeah.
Yeah. But it's still got a lot of stuff from 2012 game development. Most notably, the most annoying thing: no automatic saves.
No autosave. Shut it down. Don't shut it down
rough.
because it doesn't autosave.
It doesn't autosave. So
That's pretty.
I was
brutal.
exploring, and for about 20 minutes, and I was going to try and find it. I got ambushed by a cyclops and 3 alligator dog things.
Could happen to anyone.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
simple
anyone.
stuff. I
Dude,
should
that's
say.
just North Queensland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're in the valley. I mean, it could happen.
Basically.
I got ambushed, I died, and then I realized that was the first time I realized, well, I hadn't saved. I was like, oh, that should save it, put me back at the start of the fight, and I can try again.
No.
20 minutes later, I'm back at the same point, ready to fight the thing.
So
You saved that
frustrating.
time.
I saved just before I knew I was going to get ambushed, because that's how it works.
Does it restrict when you can save?
You can't save in combat.
Oh,
Yeah,
fun.
Of course.
So you can't get ambushed, quickly save.
So
And
does that
then find
mean
it.
that you're like saving every 5 minutes, being like, I'm about to get ambushed? Like,
Yeah, the left and
Yeah.
right triggers are literally save and quick load. That's
Oh!
what, no, that's what I've put it as.
Oh.
Oh,
there you
okay.
go.
See,
It's
when
not
you
that
have to
automatically.
set that as a hotkey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
probably don't do that.
No.
No.
So
If you can sit it there
yeah.
and sit and play, it's just like a console. It still works.
Do you have to like open up a whole menu and everything if you don't set up those hotkeys and go in and save that way?
Pretty much.
But the fact
it's
that you
press
can
pause.
map, I feel like helps
That's
a lot,
good.
right?
Yeah, that's really good.
You haven't cracked your Switch or anything, have you, to be
Not
able
yet.
to do that? You have.
You get ambushed and thrown across the room. I can't deal with this.
This is why it's not here right now. I didn't want to show off this sweet gameplay because there's a giant crack through
You
the
just
I,
shat it.
I meant software crack.
No, yeah, just stab it a little bit.
No, what
No,
I mean,
like
yeah,
crack the game so that you can like.
yeah. So
bring
that's what I meant. So
PC. PC. So there's a lot of quality of life features because I've got it on PC
okay.
and I've modded it. I've modded
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
right? So it's got like no more carry weight, no more,
Yeah.
no
That's
more
all
like.
So it's like a lot of
What is it?
usability stuff that you
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
mod on a console version.
You can't mod
Right,
on a
unless
Switch.
you crack it.
Exactly. But the game is still really fun. Like I don't want all of that is the Switch.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, well, it's still a good game. It's just the Switch version is kind of not the most optimal version.
Right.
I mean, it's
play
a
it.
Switch.
It's a
so,
Switch.
you know.
Like it's not meant for that.
Well, I mean, that's the trade-off, right? Like, you don't get all of the accessibility or all of the graphics options when it's running at 4x4 resolution in portable mode or anything like that, but it's portable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
It's hard to say. I would say no.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Unfortunately, only in the portable mode. Like I would rather say go and get it on PC, even go and get it
yeah.
on one of the older consoles. They may. I don't know if they've done a release for like PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. I would say just get it on PC because one, you can mod it for all those quality of life features that
Yeah.
weren't back around in 2012 apparently.
Like autosave.
Like autosave apparently. And yeah, have a ball with that because the game is still fun. It is weird. It is wacky. It is wonderful. There's a lot of areas to explore. Like you can just exit stage left out of the second town and explore your own way, kind of like Skyrim,
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I love
with
that.
a band of pawns,
Yep.
like with you, who
That's
literally
awesome.
don't matter. But you just got to make sure you save along the way because otherwise, if you die, you go all the way back to the start.
Yeah.
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 That sounds fun. I dig it.
Yeah, sounds like my kind of game.
My kind of game.
My game was all open worlds today.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You were saying about Witcher 3 being on
Yeah.
Switch, and I was like, look, if this
It's
can't
basically, yeah.
run
Oh,
on
yeah,
Switch,
that's true.
this is going to be like,
Yeah.
True.
Are we having,
Witcher
like,
is
a Switch
big
session?
game.
actually
Yeah.
maybe, yeah, pretty
we
much.
are.
Oh, except, well, I mean, you didn't play it on Switch. You
But
wish you
may
could
as
play it
well.
on Switch, right?
I mean,
It's too beautiful to be put
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
Switch.
if you
I'm
put it on a
happy
Switch,
playing it on
it'd run like
PlayStation.
really badly.
yeah, it's a big game. My PlayStation sounds like it's going to take off sometimes when I'm playing
Yeah.
Witcher. It's like,
Yeah,
I'm like, oh god.
Nope.
It's
Yeah,
fine. It's my columns in.
I really
Yeah.
want to get it for PlayStation 4, not
good.
for Switch.
Well, I'm curious to see how Senua's Sacrifice, like
Oh, I'll get to that.
later on, how that looks on Switch. Because I've just gotten the code for Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age on Switch, which is a PS2 game. So it's in that weird middle ground of like it was at the very end of the PS2 life cycle. So it's actually a pretty good looking game.
Yeah.
But you can see that parts of the game were like
PlayStation 2 era.
There's a certain amount of detail that isn't really there.
Yeah.
There's a surprising amount of detail in the game, but I've actually got the PS4 version as well. When you put those side by side, there are definitely bits where you can be like, okay, cool. That is literally double the resolution of what's happening over
You
here
know,
as far
yeah.
as like textures go.
Yeah.
It's also not that bad because when you're playing it on the 7-inch screen, like this is the thing with Switch, right?
Yeah.
As long as it's not offensively low resolution,
Yeah.
you can usually get away with it because it's a 7-inch screen. It's whatever, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Could you say that for Dragon's Dogma, or is it actually offensive? Because
No.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was offensive.
Some of them are. Dragon's Dogma is not that. Like, it's not offensive.
Okay, cool.
It's more of just a niggling annoyance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's enough to be like, if you're going to be spending $40 on it, it may not be worth.
That money, yeah.
purchase.
If you're paying it, instead of doing that, you could buy it on PC, maybe a little bit cheaper, and
Yeah.
get all these like quality of life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like having
Yeah.
when your main feature is combat, if you're constantly in combat and you're constantly fighting, it's hack and slash combat,
Yep.
so it's very action based. It's like, well, I don't want to constantly have to run at a slightly lower FPS.
Actually,
on a 7-inch screen.
That's an interesting point. Those Switch Joy-Cons, I don't like how tight they are. I try to avoid using the Switch Joy-Cons where possible. I've got the Pro-Con for when you dock.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm all about docking. Switch docking.
Switch docking. Love to hear it.
Oh, John.
Here is Zed Games.
Bringing
Listen to
down,
Zed Games.
bringing down the tone again.
You climb all over your enemies.
Yes.
Is that okay on Joy-Cons? When you're playing in portable mode, is it like, do you get cramps basically? Is it uncomfortable?
Yeah, I don't have
I
the smallest
would.
hands.
No, you don't.
Exactly. So, like, it is a pain.
Yeah.
It's definitely manageable, but when everything's flailing and moving around and you're trying to climb...
You
and
just
you're-
want to hold on.
Yeah, you're doing, like, this claw grip. If you play Dark Souls, you'll know about the claw grip. It's kind of like that, and you're trying to press 7 buttons at once while you're trying to order around your enemies. I mean, your pawns.
Pawns, yeah.
while trying to cut off some Hydra's head. Like, it's definitely
Oh my god.
an experience.
This sounds
And you're sitting on
wild.
a train or something being like, I just want it to work! Don't make exclamations. You're in the quiet carriage. Come on.
So
It's an experience.
it sounds like it's a very difficult recommendation for you to make, to be honest.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
sound very bitter.
But
it's amazing that
supportive
it's
of
niggling
PC.
issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's all niggling issues. There's nothing game-breaking. It still runs like a great game.
Like you'd expect.
Yeah.
Like you'd expect. And it runs well on the docked version. If you have a Pro Controller, and you sit there.
Mwah,
and-
beautiful.
yeah, you can just play it like a normal console game. Like, there's no... It's just that when it comes to the portability of the Switch mode, that's when it's harder to recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do go play it on PC. just mod it.
I
and
don't have
a
one,
really good
so,
one.
you know, I'm a bit stuck. Don't judge
Hi.
me, I'm a Mac girl.
I'm a PC and I'm a Mac.
I'm a Mac.
That's where
I'm a
we're
Mac,
going.
yeah.
So Dragon's Dogma overall, it's buy it on PC.
Buy it
Buy it
on
on
PC.
PC.
It's
Buy it
the
on
recommendation
PC.
is buy it
Yeah.
on PC.
The
Love
game
that.
is available now on Xbox 360, PS3, PC, Switch, Xbox One, PS4.
There you go.
It's
Ideas.
available on everything.
It's available on your toaster.
Yeah, on your fridge.
Smart
Yes,
fridge.
fridge.
Tesla.
Oh
In
my
your Tesla car.
In your Tesla car. Because it self-drives itself.
I've
Thanks,
been waiting
Elon.
for the Dragon's Dogma port on Tesla for quite a long time.
No.
It's like, come on, Elon, hurry it up.
Oh, Jesus. Come on,
Fans are screaming
man.
for it. We need it.
PS3, PS4, 360, Xbox One, Windows, and Switch. That's where you can play it.
There you go.
Go and get it on Windows.
Yeah,
Go and get a Windows.
Go get it. So, I'm here today to talk to you about Senua's Sacrifice.
With that mood music.
Yeah, let's
Sacrifice of Senua.
blast it.
But not too loud.
Of course not.
Semi-blast.
Semi-blast.
So,
That's a good Friday night. Semi-blast.
oh no, oh no, we're banning you from the studio like we did
Okay.
Adrian.
Done.
So I'm going to hand my little switchy switch to Caitlin.
Oh.
And she can tell us about how pretty this game
Oh.
is.
Caitlin, easy mode.
Don't,
All right,
I
let's
am
go.
on easy mode, trust me.
Okay.
And I beat the combat because I realised that was mean.
All right.
So just have a little walk around and, like, you know,
right,
feel
I'm
it.
here.
Give a feel of what that feels like. So,
Ooh.
Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice is the latest release from the English game studio Ninja Theory, the team behind Heavenly Sword and Enslaved. I have no idea what those games are. But, cool. Cool. You play the role of Senua. She's a Celtic warrior with a severely dark past and a possibly even darker future on her way to hell to rescue her husband, who was murdered by Vikings.
Simple stuff.
Isn't this fun?
This is so much
Are you
fun.
having
Relatable
fun yet?
content.
Having fun yet? So, you start the game. You're just paddling along, you know, and then the whispers start. The binaural whispers.
Ooh.
The game tells you to play with headphones.
Oh.
So the whispers dance in between your ears. They get louder. There's multiple whispers. It just
no.
builds up and builds up. And it's impossible to tell how many people are speaking to you at once. That's the main element of this game. So as you run around the environment, the voices whisper praise or discouragement to your current progression. So you could be trying to jump over a gap, and the voices say, do it, do it, do it, do it,
Oh my
do it.
God.
But then other ones will go, no, don't do it, don't do it, turn back,
my-
turn back,
mm.
turn back, turn back.
What the hell?
Yeah, huh?
That's so creepy.
And with the inclusion of constant trippy visions and the deeply unsettling environment because you're in hell, the game wants you to be uncomfortable and uneasy.
At the same time.
Yeah, both. So you just, like, I booted up this game because I was like, you know, I'll just relax. I wasn't relaxed. I was very upset. So, like I said, Hellblade's biggest feature is the binaural sound. They recommend you play it with headphones as soon as you boot up the game. Plus, I will give it, I'm going to preface this whole, like, next segment with a trigger warning, because the game actually gives you a trigger warning when you start the game.
That's so
Wow,
good.
okay.
Because it deals with severe mental illness.
Oh.
Wow.
So basically, Senua is cursed on her entrance to hell with rot. So Caitlin can probably see that Senua's right arm is black. Mm-hmm. And that is a representation of, you know, Hela, the goddess of hell, basically saying, get out, you know, don't want you here, blah, blah,
Kate
blah.
Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett, yeah. So it will gradually climb up her arm as you fail. And if it reaches her brain, it takes over her and you've lost the game. So, in modern terminology, Senua is suffering from severe psychosis.
Yeah.
She has auditory hallucinations, has many, many voices in her head. It doesn't help she's literally in hell, but, the game throws the metaphors at you very, very heavily. You can go check it out, Kosh, if you want. Pass it
cool.
on.
Run it around.
Yeah, run around.
Really pretty.
My Switch is a bit dodgy because I dropped it, so just be careful. She might walk off in a random direction. So, like, the heavy metaphors of, you have to go to hell to face your demons, that sort of thing. But very much like they're laying on that metaphor of, like, if it reaches your brain, the darkness encompasses you. The voices constantly speak about the darkness, and she has to face your darkness. And the voices get very loud when she's stressed, sort of thing. I will talk about, to get on a little bit of a lighter subject, is that Senua is very beautifully animated.
Yeah, she is.
If you switch around to her face, Kochie, you can see that it's all mocapped and everything like that.
Oh, wow, okay, cool.
Yeah.
The actress won an award.
Yeah,
I think,
she
Game
did.
of the Year awards for Best Actress? Or
Yeah,
Best
Best
Actor
Actress,
In a video game.
In a video
That's
game
really,
for her
really cool.
motion capture work in this game.
Her motion capture work was amazing. And the 3D animation in that is amazing too. How they, like, every point on Senua's face, I'm pretty sure is animated.
Yeah,
like, it's
it's
wild.
unmatched.
Like, in cutscenes, which we're not in currently, where Koshie's playing,
No, we're
you
just
can
running
see,
around.
like, every little micro expression in her face, and that really drives it home because her eyes even move. Like,
Wow.
I don't know if they put contacts in the actress or something, because I know in mocap they don't do eye capture.
Yeah, they can't put stickers on your
I know,
on your
but, like, I don't know
eyeballs,
if they
right?
put contacts
Not
in
yet.
her or
I
I feel like
something,
I'm
but, like,
stick it onto your
just
eyes.
stickers
It's
right
like
on your iris.
acupuncture, but into your eyeball.
Yeah, why
no,
not?
no, shut that down.
Just Nerf bullets,
Shoot somebody in the eye.
Yeah. So, like, because you can see, like, the shaking of her irises when the voices are too loud, and, like, the physical anguish on her face. And at times it's really difficult to watch because, like, she's, like, sad. She's overcome with grief because her husband's dead. She carries her husband on her hip too, in, like, a bag.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, that's her husband's
Okay,
head.
that makes more sense.
And, like, she talks to it and everything. It's tragic. But also, the game throws you in with no tutorial. You just
Oh, it's
sort
just
of,
like,
you're just
right,
in
you're
and you
playing
just
now.
start walking. Yeah, basically, as I handed it to Kochie and Caitlin, that's what you get.
Okay.
You're just walking, and you learn how to climb a wall because you go, well, this is press a button. Okay, up. Oh, okay, that works. And then combat's just like, she pulls a sword out. So it's like, oh, okay. So you just press buttons. Okay, that means swing. All right, let's go. So it's essentially, it's telling you, stay on your toes. Like, this game doesn't want you to be happy or calm. Like, anything could happen. And they want you to feel that horrible creeping anxiety.
And it links in
That
with the, the
yeah,
whole
that she's
psychosis thing.
feeling. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't really enjoy the combat, I will say. I find it quite difficult. That could just be me, though, because
Is
I'm a casual gamer.
You're playing it on the, obviously, in
Yeah,
like,
I play it on
portable
handheld mode.
Handheld
Yeah,
mode.
yeah.
So, like, how does that work? Like, for the joystick cons with, like, when you're saying.
I'm not too sure because I just play in handheld. But essentially, if you press pause there, Kosh, it says the controls are very basic.
Very basic, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Just
like,
smash.
a couple of buttons is just like fast attack, hard attack.
Ooh, there's a photo mode.
Take some photos. Do it. Take some photos. But I've read some other reviews, and some super gamers out there, on, like, My Filthy Casual Bum, make it sound like it's very easy. So I'm like, okay, I must just be bad. Probably the best way I can describe this game is, and what it wants from you, is that it doesn't want you to have fun. It's not for relaxing. It's not pleasant. It's painful and hard to watch this young woman struggle with her mental and physical anguish, and just being constantly filled with grief and constantly beaten down, just whatever hell throws at her. So, that's the point of the game. It's not meant to be fun. You're meant to play it as an experience, and that's sort of what I love in games.
Yeah.
I'm going to mention a point that Kochie brought up, which I wasn't actually even thinking about, but because with Senua's Sacrifice, they were praised for, like, the graphics and everything like that, but now obviously it's released on Switch. I was like, and yeah, it's not too
It's
bad.
actually looking very good.
Yeah, it's pretty beautiful, but obviously when you see those tech demos and everything, that's run on, like, a high-end PC
Oh, yeah.
or anything like that.
It's never
so,
like that.
Yeah, but obviously that's sort of what you expect. So when you look at it on the Switch, it's like some things are a little muddy because it does get dark, as obviously it wants you to be scared.
Mm-hmm.
So things can get a little bit muddy. I noticed Senua has a little bit of a bit of a clip issue, just because of the software, just trying to fan up on the on the tiny system.
Yeah.
I haven't played it on a big screen because I've lost my dock. Well done, Amelia.
How have you lost your dock?
Press
What is
F.
that?
I don't know.
F,
F for
like
dock.
F,
like
F.
caps, like bold, italics, underline F.
bad.
How do you?
I don't know where my dock is. Control find dock.
I'm so sorry that you've lost your dock.
It's fine. I play it handheld. That doesn't bother me. How do you charge?
Oh, with a cable.
Yeah, you can still plug it
Yeah.
with a cable.
Don't
Yeah,
mind
It just charges kind of slowly if you're using like a regular USB. Like I had a Samsung phone and I could charge it with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But it's just kind of
No, my
Yeah.
cable's plugged into like a outlet behind my bed, so I just like lay in bed and play Senua's Sacrifice.
You can't dock.
No. Why would I want to?
So Cringe just wants to die.
Yeah,
Very
he
good
just
friend.
wants to
Yeah.
die.
Wow.
Wow. So basically, I would recommend this game if you're looking for a good time of crying and suffering. But I am currently really enjoying it. I defeated the first boss recently and I died 7 times. But it was still worth it because you're on this adventure with Senua just as she's on this adventure with you.
Takes you on a story.
Yeah,
on a
and
journey.
the narrator for the game is one of the voices in Senua's head. And apparently
oh.
you are a voice in Senua's head too. Because it refers to you as can you still see? Are we still here? That sort of thing.
Ooh,
So
interesting.
yeah, so you're
existential.
with her that whole time. So it's very existential, very can be a bit triggering at times if you suffer from mental illness because she mentions like wanting to end it all and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I would be careful if you
Sensitive.
do struggle with that sort of
Yeah.
those sort of issues. But it's great. So I would recommend.
it's also great.
I would
Yeah.
recommend getting it because it is it's worth it. It is worth the $40 that it is on Switch.
Oh my
Only
god.
40, damn.
Only $40 on Switch.
It is also available on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Yeah,
Do it.
do it. It's well worth it. It's well worth the suffering.
Jump into
Beautiful.
hell.
All right, yeah, jump into hell. Let's do this. Save your husband.
Speaking of let's do it, let's see if I can read the news without stuttering live on air.
All
You
right.
can do it, Jack.
Bring him up. Bring him up
Let's
first.
Bring up the news.
Let's see how we go. Across Australian radio and across the world online, from 4ZZZ Studios in Brisbane, this is your weekly Z Games news update. Following Kotaku's report on the culture of sexism at Riot Games, the League of Legends developer has filed motions to block current employees from taking legal action. Riot Games argues that these women agreed to arbitration clauses, which are common parts of employment contracts that are designed to insulate corporations from legal scrutiny. Since this was made public, employees at Riot Games are considering a walkout, and the organisation efforts have prompted an internal response from company executives. Riot's Chief Diversity Officer Angela Roseborough has responded internally, saying, quote, "We're also aware that there may be an upcoming walkout and recognise some rioters are not feeling heard, and that we are committed to re-earning your trust by having an open and transparent dialogue." Resource management game A Dark Room has been removed from the Nintendo Switch eShop just after release, after it was revealed the game included a code editor in the final version. Developer Amir Rajan included a Ruby interpreter and code editor in the game, which is accessible by connecting a USB keyboard and pressing the tilde key. The publisher, Circle Entertainment, said, quote, "We're liaising with Nintendo to clarify on the next steps and we'll deal with the matter accordingly. They are regretful circumstances and we apologize for the issue. Until we clarify the next steps with Nintendo, we can't offer for any further comment," end quote. In Sony's consolidated financial results, it was announced that 96.8 million PS4s have been sold worldwide as of the end of their last financial year. In under 6 years, the PS4 holds the 6th spot in overall worldwide system sales. Nintendo holds 3 of the top 5 spots in the all-time system sale charts, with the DS, Game Boy, and Wii. But if Sony overtakes the Wii's 101.63 million, the PS4 will join the top 5 most sold consoles with the PS1 and PS2. The next PlayStation is likely to be announced in 2020. Persona 5 Scramble, The Phantom Strikers, a Musou spin-off of the mainline Persona series, has been announced for PS4 and Nintendo Switch. Labelled as the first action RPG in the Persona series, it was announced during the Persona Super Live 2019 concert, and will be created as a collaboration between Atlus and Koei Tecmo's Omega Force team. Additionally, Persona 5 Royal, an expanded re-release of Persona 5, will launch later this year in Japan, with a release of Persona 5 Scramble yet to be announced. That's all for now. For more gaming updates, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as @ZEDGamesAU.
Well done.
What an experience!
So
I think,
good.
Have I done that before? Have I done it live? I think I might have done it once, but I needed more water.
You did good.
You did
really
so
You
good.
didn't die. It's
But
okay.
like, such poor form from Riot Games there.
Seriously.
Jeez.
How can we make this better? I know how we can do the opposite.
Let's make sure that they can't sue us and can only go through arbitrations.
Something really dumb.
Like a bunch of hoops, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Force them into
it's
strike action.
it's also that's basically blocking them from doing that. So private arbitrations, I think, is what it's called, where there's a much lower chance historically of employees actually winning in private arbitrations, and that's the only as part of the employment
they've put
clause.
it in.
They're like, oh, you have to do that. Crap, absolute crap.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
No, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But-
After
Can't
hiring
believe
like
it.
a diversity chief and all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff as well, and like saying, "Oh, we're gonna really make an effort, guys." It's like,
And they're like, oh,
way to
you
take,
can't sue us though.
yeah, way to take like 6 steps backwards. Like, if you don't want to be sued, then maybe don't do anything that's gonna lead to you being sued.
I mean,
Maybe.
they made League. Like, come on.
I was going to say, like,
Yeah.
the toxic community has now filtered through into the toxic company.
I mean, yeah.
Now,
they-
like, has for a while
Yeah.
filtered into the toxic company.
It's been around a
I mean, again, I'll say they made League. What do you expect?
while. Yeah.
Sorry,
It's
Matt.
1 step backwards, 2 steps backwards.
I'm not sorry, Matt.
How many steps backwards can we
Let's just
take?
keep going, man.
Just through the wall.
Riot
Woo!
Games, we only like to hire men.
Where's our straight white men diversity? And one woman with big boobs.
Jiggle physics.
Dead or
can't
Alive
afford
6,
that.
there we go.
Yes.
I think my favorite use of jiggle physics was in it was a Twitter gif, and it was like instead of a boob, it was just like the yolk in an egg,
Yeah.
in like a fried egg, and it was just bouncing around. Like, I love that. That's my favorite.
I'm pretty sure my favorite use of jiggle physics was in Overwatch. None of the boobs jiggle. Only Roadhog's boobs jiggle.
Yes. My boy. My boy.
Beautiful.
It's the best. They're just like.
And the best part is with Roadhog, you can hook them in, so you grab them with one of his abilities and literally pull him into his tits.
Yeah, here you go.
You just
Right.
motorboat Roadhog.
You literally, yeah.
Yeah, enjoy.
Oh, that's
What
why
if
that
you're
game's so popular.
Yeah, everyone wants to motorboat Roadhog.
People want sex in video games. That's basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah, motorboating Roadhog, the game.
I'm glad that's where we've gotten to
Someone's
on the
probably
show.
made that.
Good work, Riot
no
Games.
doubt.
Oh, dude, that's just Source Filmmaker, hey?
Yeah, that's just Source Filmmaker.
There's so much Source. Jesus. Anyway,
We won't
that
go there.
basically wraps it up for this week. Thank you for sticking around for this ride, this roller coaster
I
ride.
thought we did pretty good,
we did
honestly.
okay.
Our reviews were great. It wasn't as loosey-goosey as some of our other sessions.
I feel like that news was pretty loosey-goosey.
It wasn't,
You did
dude. You did so good.
That's right.
Please go onto our social media and tell Jack how good he did.
Or
Yeah.
at ZEDGamesAU on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Yeah, tell Jack how good he is. He's
Or
a good
just
boy.
slide into our DMs and just be like, hey, you did good. Not just me.
so good, Jack.
Not, oh,
Jack
guys,
did
I'm
good.
blushing. I'm blushing. You can't see it because it's on radio, but I'm blushing. I can't do it. I promise I'm going to be
Sorry,
doing more
Kochie.
social. Just like this side of the desk, like, ha! Like, and you're just like quietly in the corner.
I'm in the corner. I'll be normal over here.
On
I'm in the corner.
social media, I swear I'm going to be going back to posting regularly because, as Millie's pointed out a number of times, I've really kind of fallen down on social media
Yeah,
posts
you
because you
have.
keep sending me
April was
memes.
hard.
I know.
It's a fair bit of
April was
time.
hard.
It's fine. We'll get back to it.
Just make us all admins.
Ooh, I'm going to do that soon anyway.
Yeah.
Next week, I'm probably going to be reviewing Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age
Heck.
on Switch. Do you all have anything that you probably will be reviewing?
No,
Not yet?
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, you got IEM!
Yeah, so I'm going to AEM Sydney, so Counter-Strike and possibly some Overwatch news.
Overwatch
coming back from
contenders.
that, which would be good, but mostly Counter-Strike.
That good IEM coverage. When do you fly out?
Friday morning.
Sick!
So I'll be there for the quarterfinals and semi-finals and finals, and then get to fly home.
It's going to be lit.
Okay, hi Ben Wyatt. You just sent us a message on Facebook saying you did good.
Thank you,
Yes.
Ben.
You heckin' sweetheart.
Thank you, Ben.
Validation.
Before we go over time, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for listening. We love and appreciate you. See you next week.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.